At my house, parcels arrive almost every day, sometimes more than once a day. And that got me thinking about inflation. Not on the spending side of my household budget, but about inflation more generally. Let me step back a little bit. Inflation is something that economists have often been concerned about in the context that when it runs too high, it's a very big damaging factor for an economy. But more recently, inflation has been low, in fact, frustratingly so, as the central banks around the world try and get inflation to a target of 2%. And we've struggled to get there, even though the economy has been very, very strong. Now, there are a lot of reasons for that, but really, it's our fault. No, not economists. You and me. Let me explain. We have all become much more educated consumers over the course of the last couple of decades. There's a big difference in the inflation rates for the goods and services that we buy online and those that we still have to shop for in stores, and the difference between services that we use and the goods that we purchase through online vendors. E-commerce has become pervasive in our lives, and it's not just the things that we buy online. It's also the use of the internet to research the services that we use. And let me give you a couple of examples. It's no longer the case that you have to ride around weekend after weekend with a realtor in order to shop for a home. You can take virtual tours online, you can check features, compare prices, and even in some cases submit bids and apply for financing without ever visiting the home or a financial institution. And if you're lucky enough to become a homeowner and something breaks, you no longer have to screw up your courage and fix it yourself or rely on word of mouth to find a handyman. There are a whole host of websites that will not only give you access to those people, but also offer you ratings on them and in some cases allow you to schedule their services. There are still a few services that we buy that are holdouts from the overall e-commerce trend, but that's rapidly changing. There are a variety of organizations that are working with healthcare data in particular to allow us to become better consumers of healthcare and push back on medical costs in the same way that we do for other products. Now, I can't promise that the laws of supply and demand have been permanently repealed. If the economy continues to perform well, we will have inflation pressure. But it may not be as high as it once was because of you and I, because those of us who demand things have gotten a lot more powerful. And that's The View from Here.